What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So on Sunday, on Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, including ones in my life. And then when it came to USC in the recruiting trail, yes, they were able to get a big time commitment from a local modern day four-star linebacker and Shaun Scott. He plays the edge position, so he's going to be on the outside. But yes, very talented guy. I know they're trying to get like Nasir Wyatt. I forget if that was last season or recently this year too. He's in this class, but either way, they at least got one of those edge slash linebacker guys, and he looks very talented, kind of like a smaller Eric Gentry, who they have right now as one of their better linebackers. So yeah, hopefully he can at least develop into something like that, like a Swiss Army knife. But yes, a big time local get for the USC Trojans. And there was a pretty big time guy that recently committed. His name was the Kenai Pepe. I was like trying to remember how to say his name, but yes, he recently shut down his recruitment. So you always like to hear that. I forget what other players did that too. I think Brandon Lockhart, who's been like the main recruiter for his 2026 class, the cornerback in California, he did shut down his commitment too. I forget what number of other guys have done that pretty recently for USC. I think Tom did it, the other four-star defensive lineman from modern day. So hopefully you get a couple more announcements like that, so they're not going off and trying to see other schools and visit other programs and try to get enticed to pick there, whether it's more money or whatever. So yeah, either way, big time get to get Kenai Pepe. And I'm going to drop this somewhere in the previously recorded USC video that I did the other day. So yes, it doesn't say he's like a 3-star or 4-star linebacker, but I think I did see he was a 3-star somewhere, and a lot of places have him unranked, but I'm pretty sure after this commitment to USC, he will be ranked. But the San Bernardino linebacker Taylor Johnson committed to USC on Monday, which is very cool. Obviously, Rob Ryan is very excited to have this guy. He's like already 6'2", already over 200 pounds, but yeah, a very versatile type of inside linebacker. So hopefully he will be a big part of USC's future. He's probably not going to start right away and all that stuff, but a nice piece for the future. I'm not mad about that, especially a local guy too. So congrats to Taylor joining. And then that USC versus Notre Dame game, the time has been selected. Looks like it's going to be 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, Saturday, October 18th, 2015, and obviously on Peacock and NBC, their main channel. That's probably whenever USC has to go over there and play at Notre Dame, it's always on NBC, and it's probably their most watched game on NBC, other than obviously like their Sunday night football and all that good stuff there. But yeah, definitely very excited. I know this is supposedly the last scheduled one at Notre Dame, and I know Notre Dame just scheduled like a big old 12-year back and forth with Clemson, who is in the ACC. So I don't know if they did that because they are replacing that as their USC game, or hopefully USC is able to just make up like a lifetime contract that they always have to play Notre Dame home and away every single year to the end of time. So I hope that's the case, and Lincoln Riley can do that no matter which way this season goes. But he'll definitely make a lot more USC fans happy about this situation. When it comes to another talented player in the recruiting cycle of 2027, the number 2 cornerback in that class, Duve Williams, was asked about USC, and he says, without a question, they are his top school in that class right now. So yeah, that's great to see. Another local guy, very talented guy, the number 2 guy at his position. So who knows where he's ranked? Probably definitely ranked in the top 100 no matter what in that class, probably even higher, because those rankings aren't really set in stone right now. But at least the future is looking bright a little bit right now for USC football recruiting. And then the USC women's basketball side have a player coming in for a fall visit. It looks like her visit is scheduled at some time during the fall. She did not put an exact date, but she is a 4-star power forward in Amari Biles. So yeah, we'll see excuse me, where she ends up. But yeah, nice quick update on some schools. So hopefully we'll be able to get her on the roster at some point the following season. But yeah, either way, we've got to set up this women's team for success going into the future. Then when it comes to a 3-star wide receiver from Texas, I believe he was, Cohen Brown, he recently decommitted from this class, which I wasn't that crazy about when they first got him, because he was a guy I knew less about, because he wasn't a local guy that I knew they were targeting, like a Vance Spafford or even a Madden Williams, who I believe is from St. John Bosco, one of the other power programs out here in Southern California. So I believe those guys are ranked higher than him in that 2026 class. They're already 4 stars and have a chance, obviously, to move up to 5 stars. I think more Madden than Vance, but either way, I think the rankings would help them out anyways if they were to get one of those guys and help those guys stay home. So in the end, if they end up switching out Cohen Brown for one of those guys, then I can't be too mad about that. So either way, I think it's going to be positive for the USC Trojans. And then they did hire another assistant for their associate director of football sports performance in Lonnie Maddox. So I guess he's coming in with Jermaine Carroll to be the assistant to the strength and conditioning side and all that stuff. So hopefully that could be a good team for USC. And then Woody Marks for the Houston Texans, ex-USC running back, looks like he already signed his contract, which is pretty cool. I think he's rocking the number 27 out there in his first year with Houston. So yeah, hopefully get some more playing time. A lot of the later round picks always sign first. For some reason, it's always like the first and second round guys always take forever. I think the Chargers are going through that as of right now. But yes, at least Woody Marks is signed and looking ready to contribute to this Houston team this year. And then one of the USC basketball transfers did sign from Utah. His name was Ezra Ayusar, the 6'8" guy. So yeah, he's officially signed. So congrats. And then the men's baseball team defeated Michigan State at home the other day, 10-3. I know they got blown out bad by this team. I think the day before on Saturday they gave up like 15 runs. So I was kind of surprised they were able to get a victory in this series. But either way, thankful for that on Sunday. And then when it came to an ex-USC women's volleyball player, Brittany Abercrombie, looks like she was named the MVP for the Orlando Valkyries in the PVF, which I believe is the Pro Volleyball Federation or something like that. Yeah, so the main pro league for the women's side is, yeah, she was the MVP. So yeah, it's a big time get. I know she was there like within the past couple years, so she's a few years removed from USC and already an MVP in the professional league. So yeah, big time. Congrats to Brittany. And then when it comes to the women's water polo team, they did start off pretty well in the first round against Harvard, defeating them 18-7. Then the next round they got UCLA and defeated them in a close one, 15-13. But then sadly they lost the final 7-11 to one of the top teams in Stanford. And it says it was the NCAA final in Indianapolis, and they finished with a 29-5 record. So I don't know if it was just the final in that part of the bracket or the true final of the main tournament, but either way, Stanford was a tough team. They did get a couple wins against them this year, but yes, sadly they did lose after a pretty successful season. But hopefully a lot of these players do end up coming back and they get some more talented players from high school or the transfer portal. And yes, sadly the men's tennis team did lose to UCLA 2-4 the other day in their super regionals. So yeah, they had a chance to advance pretty far in the tournament. Sadly, the loss came to the hand of their rival in UCLA, but either way, they win this round. And then when it comes to the men's swimming, I believe they signed a couple players. I actually got a couple transfers. This one was Reed Caswell. He's from Ohio State, and another player was Charlie Buffton. I forget exactly where he's from, but they're both sophomores, both young guys. So hopefully they can be contributing to USC's winning ways when it comes to swimming over the next couple of years. Thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Bye.